we'd like to avoid those if possible. And this is just one of those strategies you can put in play to.
We want to make food a fundamentally different way to help people who are switching to a keto diet. People are really hurting without this. We want to take keto bread to the masses.
All right. So, hey everyone, this is Pete from Thrive Chiropractic. We're here today because one, Pete is an awesome Uprising customer, and he has had quite a bit of keto bread. And I wanted for y'all to hear Pete's opinion of our bread and what he uses the bread for, and then also just for you to get to know him a little bit more. So thanks for having us, Pete.
Thanks for coming out, Will.
So why don't you just tell folks a little bit about like how you found our bread, why you're such an amazing raving fan about our bread, and why you order so much.
Sure. Well, I'll start with how I found out about the bread. Zach, who's part of your team, I've known him for a long time, and so he told me about the bread, and I sampled it. My family's enjoyed sampling it, and it's tremendous. We love the taste, the texture. From my standpoint, health conscious person, I've been primal, paleo, kind of gluten-free for 15 plus years. It just made sense that, hey, here's a handy option to try. It's convenient. Those times when maybe you don't have a lot of extra starches available, there's no sweet potatoes made or squash, quinoa made. This is great. The kids love it. So for those opportunities, when just throw some raw pastured butter on there, some grass-fed cheese, some almond butter. We almost have to limit them because they would just skip other things and have the bread. It's almost more of a dessert for them. Really, we have to limit it.
Well, we'll take that. So now, does the whole family eat primal paleo?
Yeah.
So your kids grew up.
I've got twin girls. My twin girls are 4, so they eat real healthy. My son, who's only a year and a half, just in the last few months, he sees what sisters eat, and he likes the bread as well. So he can't vocalize it. He'll growl and he'll point and he'll grunt, but we cut up little bits and again put plenty of the butter on there to make it a nice healthy option for him. And my parents. That's another reason I told Zach this, that my mother, she could really use this bread. She's a real bread lover. I'm personally, I wouldn't say I'm a bread lover. I love your bread and I eat it. Yeah. When I do eat bread, I eat this bread. But my mom is one of those people like crackers, cookies, breads. She loves it. And so it's been awesome to be able to share with her a healthier option. So that's part of why the orders are so large.
That's awesome. You're spreading the Uprising.
Yeah.
We appreciate that.
And I will mention too, I've in the past tried to get her to do some of these things, and the taste of some of the, I wouldn't say competitors, but other options out there that are gluten-free or similar type of breads, she hasn't been really on board, but we're looking good.
Well, that's a torture test, so we're happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Now, have you guys, especially being like a paleo family, have you guys tried making paleo breads at home, or not so much?
Not really.
Okay.
No, my mother-in-law has occasionally with some success, but we haven't tried that.
Okay, because one of the things that we're trying to do is help take the stress out of the equation, and you can try making these breads at home. They're actually very, very, very hard. But one thing we're trying to do is help people simplify, have something that they can rely on hand. Hey, grab it out. I don't have time for a 2-hour production. Let me go grab that bread and be ready to roll.
Sure. And exactly like I mentioned, on times when maybe the leftovers are used up and we need some other kind of starch type substitute to be able to put in, something with some good protein, and it's very handy for those times. Yeah.
So in your family, what would you say is your guys' single favorite keto bread dish so far?
Using the bread, it's really nothing fancy. The most common one that we do is, like I said, we get this raw pastured butter. We just scoop that on the toasted bread.
Okay.
Most of the time just plain. Sometimes a little cinnamon on there. But that would be the most common. Other things we've done is put some almond butter on top. We've done, I think, a couple grilled cheese, but most of the time it's just great with the butter.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I brought my personal favorite dish for you to try. It's very similar to what you actually eat already.
Right.
However, the addition would be monk fruit. So this is monk fruit, cinnamon, and Kerrygold grass-fed butter.
Okay.
And the reason this is my favorite is because it takes me back to that cinnamon sugar bear experience, especially like from childhood.
Okay.
So this with the keto bread is just, for me, it was like, oh man, I feel like I'm hacking the universe here.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome.
would love for you to try it
All right.
and let me know what you think.
Yeah, I see the comparison. Whatever the name of that cereal was. Yeah. Cinnamon Toast Crunch or something. That one. Yeah. Yeah, eerily similar. Yeah, really good. Really good. We'll have to add this into our repertoire. Yeah.
All right. Well, Pete, thanks so much for letting us come by, and appreciate you being a fan of the Uprising. And thanks for telling the folks what you think of the bread.
Yeah, absolutely. Glad to do it. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, man.
Okay, thanks a lot. Yeah.
All right, Pete, so in your opinion, who is this bread good for? Like, how would this benefit someone, maybe someone who's looking to make health changes or just in general?
Yeah, I've got a lot of nutritional questions from my patients, my clients that come in. I mean, it's going to benefit a wide variety of people. One of the biggest health issues is people are consuming too much of the white flours, the pastas, the typical breads, spikes the blood sugar, screws with our insulin, obesity, heart disease, all these things. We know we can eliminate some of that if we cut out those white flours and substitute with healthier food. So, I mean, when we look at the ingredients in here, nearly everybody could benefit from including this as part of the routine. It's not like my family and I are suffering from these chronic diseases, but we'd like to avoid those if possible. And this is just one of those strategies you can put in play to keep your family healthy, keep your diet healthy. I mean, when I look at there's such a small list of ingredients, really the only people that might come to mind that wouldn't do well with the bread is if you have an almond allergy, if you don't do well with egg whites, with eggs, then it may not be for you, but that's a small percentage. Most people are really going to have some fantastic results.